Good Thursday evening. Thanks for joining us for Unscripted here on Up North Live. Some areas to see a little bit of sunshine today, but still frigid temperatures across the north. For more on what we can expect as we inch closer to Friday and, of course, the weekend, here's Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, hey, Melissa. Cold night coming up tonight. We're going to talk much more about that coming up here in Maine weather. Let's take a look. We had our drone up today, our UpNorthLive Skyview drone in Wexford County. Some clouds overhead. There were areas that did get some sunshine. This is not one of them, but a lot of snow on the ground. That's what it looks like over northern Michigan, kind of soaring over the fields here a little earlier in the day today. Let's take a look at temperatures. We're already cold, so this is where we're starting right now, and we're going to end up most of northern Michigan below zero tonight. Mackinac Island right now, 0. It's 12, though, at Ludington. And the entire viewing area, every single one of our counties here, under a cold weather advisory. We already have some school closings as well because of that tonight through tomorrow morning. We'll take a look at that full forecast a little later.
147 kilograms of fentanyl. That is how much the DEA Detroit Field Division seized last year. 147 kilos. Now, that might not sound like much, but 147 kilograms of fentanyl is enough to provide potentially fatal doses to almost 70 million people. It's a deadly dose for every person in Michigan times 7. It's dangerous, it's deadly, and wherever you're watching tonight, it's there. That's why the DEA is speaking with Up North Live tonight, and why local recovery experts say that it's warning everyone should take seriously.
We help people who are struggling in early recovery overcome that and to reach hope.
An easy mission to understand here at 217 Recovery in Traverse City, but that may be the only thing easy about recovery.
Addiction doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care where you are, what color your skin is, who you prefer to marry or whatever, it doesn't care.
But they do. And that care includes concern, especially when it comes to fentanyl.
This one is one that you can do one time and you're out, you're dead. So that's very dangerous.
They see the impact when it walks through their door. The DEA finds the source when they knock on others.
Anywhere that we see fentanyl coming into our communities, we are relentlessly pursuing those bad actors.
And in 2025, the numbers released by the DEA Detroit Field Division suggest they removed not only 950 so-called bad actors from the region, but also seized more than 3,200 kilos of fentanyl, coke, meth, and counterfeit pills from Michigan, Ohio, and northern Kentucky communities.
Drugs are in every community. If there is a user, then there is a dealer.
The DEA focusing on dismantling drug trafficking organizations and what they see as the biggest threat right now around the country and here close to home.
Fentanyl is still the nation's most deadliest drug. And we are attacking the cartels and the pipelines that transport fentanyl into our country.
In the last year, they've partnered with local law enforcement.
We pride ourselves in being that force multiplier for our law enforcement partners in those rural areas.
And in the process, last year got 147 kilos of fentanyl, enough to kill tens of millions of people off the streets in communities all across the Detroit Field Division's area.
Every life we save is progress.
Lives they admit can be saved by arrests of traffickers and seizures of narcotics, but also through conversations.
I would tell family members and friends to have early conversations with your kids, with your loved ones. One pill can kill, but one voice can save.
Because a voice can serve as a life-saving warning to avoid addiction, but also a life-changing step for those seeking recovery.
If you're watching this right now and thinking, oh my gosh, is God talking to me? Maybe, but give us a call and reach out. We're not going to judge anybody and we're not going to push you into anything. So just conversations.
That was Mark Shillette reporting. The DEA has information about the fentanyl-free campaign and what parents and users need to know. Also, if you are someone you know is looking for help with recovery, you can reach out to 217 Recovery or an organization near you. And we'll post all the information with that story on our website, UpNorthLive.com. Taking a look ahead now to a popular event starting this weekend. The 57th running of the I-500 begins this Sunday at the track in Sault Ste. Marie. This year's race comes after renovations and construction on the track. The project, which began in July of 2024, when officials wanted to enhance the track for both racers and spectators. Organizers say the I-500 attracts thousands of visitors to the Sioux every winter. Joining us now for a preview of the I-500 and to check in to see how things are going is Harold Gravatt. Harold, thank you for making the time to speak with us tonight.
No worries, you're welcome.
First of all, I want to know, how are preparations going for the I-500?
Very good. This I-500 race is driven by so many volunteers. I mean, there's volunteers that are taking time off work, going to the track and dedicating their time to support the community. The race with the weather temps this morning, the track is building very nicely. Snowbanks are being cut down. We started to drop blue. The Bayou Blue that we get from Tractor Supply, it's for racer safety, so that you can see the racers in that blue background on the ice.
Okay. And everything kicks off this Sunday, and there's a whole schedule of events taking place.
Yes, out there on the website i-500.com, it has the schedule at a glance. The big race begins on Saturday at 10 a.m. The green flag drops.
We're going into the 57th year for the I-500. What does this mean for the community of Sault Ste. Marie?
It's very overwhelming. We get so many visitors that come to Sault Ste. Marie. Hotels are booked. Traffic is crazy. Everybody gets together at the track, but I really don't believe that a lot of people understand how much volunteer and how much work goes into this race. I mean, community, local businesses, Norse Contractors, Baco, they all come together and donate heavy equipment to move snow and cut down banks and grade the area. It's just, it means so much to us here in this community. When COVID hit, and we couldn't have the race, there were businesses that had to close their door that couldn't survive.
So being back now and being able to have this race with the renovations and the new construction, I should say, on the track, this is a huge boost for the economy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, from all the enhancements to a 40 by 80 permanent structure for the temporary vendor tents, infrastructure upgrades, site drainage, electrical systems, the main access road was paved. New safety fencing was installed specifically around the high impact areas. The project was aiming to improve the overall visual appealing to the community. And then the goal was to turn this into a 4-season destination.
And Harold, for people who may never have been to the I-500 in the Sioux, they're not familiar with it, break down what happens starting Sunday and as the week goes on.
Sunday, they have the kids race. There's a kids race on Sunday. And if you look at the schedule at a glance, Monday, the press box opens. There's rig parking, unloading, merchandise trailer, meet the riders. The entrance is to the Lock City Home Center Press Center. That's on Monday. Tuesday is opening day, Bud Clark Day. Practice group qualifying takes place. Wednesday, you have, again, final rig parking, Sioux I-500 practice, qualifying, rookie practice. Thursday, they have the Minor Pro Shootout on Thursday night at 8 o'clock. That's something to watch. That's 2 heat races, 7 laps each. The top 4 transfer. And then on Friday, they have final track preparation, race registration, driver's meeting. And then Saturday is the big race starting at 10 o'clock.
And I know you mentioned earlier too, Harold, there is a specific website, but if people would like to get more information to be able to come visit the Sioux and check out the I-500, what would you recommend?
What would I recommend for them to get more information?
Yes.
I would go to the website, i-500.com, and take a look at what the schedule at a glance looks like.
And any other things that you would hope people would consider if they want to make the trip to the Sioux for the I-500, they want to bring the family, the kids, they want to check this out, anything else you would want people to know?
Just that. I mean, the atmosphere is so friendly. It's very the community is so close and welcoming. We get so many compliments about how when people come the first year, 90% of them are repeat.
So this is obviously becomes a tradition for some people. Obviously, this is part of what they're looking forward to this time of the year.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's, the whole idea of this, it takes 1.7 millions of gallons of water to form this track, 1.7 million gallons. It's just crazy how much volunteer work goes into this organization.
A lot of volunteer work for an extremely important event for people, especially Sault Ste. Marie. Harold, thank you for taking time to join us tonight. Best of luck with the I-500, which of course kicks off on Sunday. All of the information is on our website, UpNorthLive.com, if you'd like to attend the races. An update out of Chippewa County. The Bay Mills Casino and Resort Expansion Project has wrapped up, and a community celebration is being held for the grand opening. It's a project 5 years in the works. It includes 135 rooms, an arcade room, a spa, an indoor pool with a splash pad, and more. The president of Bay Mills Indian Community says this expansion was focused on making a family-friendly atmosphere and leveling up the amenities. Now, if you'd like to see it for yourself, tours will be open to the public tomorrow starting at 3 p.m. And that brings us to our question of the day in our poll that we've got going right now. We want to know, how often do you visit a casino? Go to our Facebook page, Up North Live, or our website, UpNorthLive.com. Leave your comments. You can vote in our poll. You can even scan that QR code right there on your screen, and we will check those responses and the poll results coming up at the end of Unscripted. A historic designation bringing the former Cooley School property in Cadillac one step closer to redevelopment, with city leaders calling it a key milestone for the long vacant site. The former Cooley School buildings recently received National Historic designation. That designation follows years of collaboration between the city, developers, and Cadillac area public schools. Leaders say the recognition changes what's possible for the future of the property. Specifically, the historic tax credits now make that project more affordable for developers. And they say it plays a role in how quickly the project can move forward. All right, stay right here. We will take a look at your weather forecast, the possibility of some sunshine as we get closer to the weekend. All those weather details coming up after the break.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
I'm Dee Catton with the National News Desk in Washington, D.C., and this is your news update.
I didn't come to Minnesota for photo ops or headlines. You haven't seen me. I came here to seek solutions, and that's what we're going to do. And we've come a long way, and we got some good wins for the people of Minnesota, I think, and for the administration and for the safety security of this city.
Border Czar Tom Homan says he'll scale down the number of federal agents in Minnesota as long as they're given access to jails where illegal immigrants may be. He vows to improve enforcement operations in Minneapolis, but says he has zero tolerance for attacks on officers. Over in Maine, Senator Susan Collins says large-scale immigration law enforcement activities in her state are over. This comes after federal agents said they arrested over 200 criminal illegal migrants in Maine since last week as part of Operation Catch of the Day. Collins says federal officers will resume normal operations in the state. Plus,
like my two roommates, they look nothing like me, come from completely different places, worship different gods, but yet these are the people who I can call my brothers, my family, my friends, and anytime I ever need them, they'll always be here for me.
Virginia Military Institute cadets are defending their college against allegations of racism and sexism. State Democratic lawmakers have introduced legislation to investigate VMI and potentially revoke state funding. Several decorated graduates have attended the academy, including President Trump's UN ambassador, Mike Waltz. And that's your news update.
The National News Desk can be seen on ABC 29 and 8 on Saturday night and 11:30 and Sundays at midnight. And welcome back to Unscripted here on Up North Live. Taking a look at your weather forecast. I'm pretty sure Joe mentioned possibility of sunshine on Saturday, and I hope that's still the case, Joe.
Yeah, get the binoculars out the window on Saturday. Let me know how that works. Yeah, I think so on Saturday. Maybe even tomorrow morning. Early on, then we're going to cloud up. We have a little disturbance coming in tomorrow afternoon and evening, but not a huge deal. Let's start off, though, with a cold weather advisory. That's in effect tonight through tomorrow. It's just how cold it's going to be. We actually don't have a lot of wind, so wind chill won't be a big factor with this. It's just the temperature. We already have some school closings because of that. Some schools already on a 3-day weekend coming up here. Let's go to downtown Gaylord, 5 degrees off the Crave Pizza building there. You can do, this is a spot we're probably heading close to about 15 below later tonight here in Otsego County, 5 currently. We have a little bit of clearing here. Some clouds have kind of been fluctuating along the edge of the clearing here, kind of near I-75, where earlier we had some sunshine. A lot of cloud cover down in this region through the day today, and right near Lake Michigan, radar has a bit of a hard time picking up the finer snow particles, but we have had some lake effect snow there, kind of near Leelanau County, along Lake Michigan Trun near Empire, the Manitou Islands, and then that kind of runs down into parts of Manistee and Mason counties tonight where we have some cloud cover. Watch what happens to the snow, though. It gets pushed offshore right around midnight. Then the rest of the night looks fairly quiet across northern Michigan. Some sun early tomorrow, and then watch tomorrow afternoon and evening. There's a system way up north that'll drop in here tomorrow evening. So there we are. Kind of a snowy late afternoon, evening in the UP and Straits along Lake Huron and Lake Michigan as we head into Friday and Friday night. But this does not last long. That departs, and then we break the clouds up heading into Saturday, and I do expect some sunshine. I'm really crossing my fingers because we've been promising it most of the week. There's our snowfall forecast tonight. Again, right near Lake Michigan, maybe up to 3 inches there still in the Ludington area. And there's that clipper tomorrow night. So when we add this all up, most spots an inch or two of snowfall. Again, the majority of that late tomorrow afternoon and evening. Then quiet, and then a little warm up next week. We get back into the 20s Sunday onward. Are we going to melt a lot of snow? No, but it will be warmer than we have been as we head into next week. And there's a look at the weekend. Teens, 20s on Saturday, mostly sunny, dry. And then Sunday, partly cloudy, warmer, 22 to 30. And that's right where we should be this time of the year. Cold tonight, though. 4-zone forecast, 16 below at Rudyard and Sault Ste. Marie. Sheboygan, 9 below. There's that 15 below we have in the forecast for Gaylord and Grayling. Tonight, 11 below at Boyne City. Now, right at Lake Michigan, like Frankfort, for instance, 3 above. But most spots are heading below 0 tonight. And then tomorrow, there's Friday. Afternoon snow showers in the UP. Temperatures in the single digits and teens for tomorrow. There will be some snow showers more likely in the afternoon and evening. Bel Air, Mansalona, 17. They're on Torch Lake. Clare, Lake George, Farwell, 16. Scattered afternoon snow showers. Harrison, and then up toward Houghton Lake, 12. And there's our extended forecast. The weekend, again, does look quiet. We're hoping for that sunshine as on Saturday. Sunday, partly cloudy, and then some snow showers on Groundhog Day on Monday.
All right, thanks, Joe. Coming up in sports, we're going to hear from a member of the Traverse City Central hockey team getting the chance to suit up for the #1 college hockey team in the nation. That's coming up next in sports. Welcome back to Unscripted here on Up North Live. Sports Director Harrison Beebe joins us now from the Content Center with sports. Hey, Harrison.
Hey, Melissa. Yeah, we're talking hockey again today, and pretty cool connection here. Traverse City Central's former goalie Grant Newhart. He played all 4 years starting varsity for the Trojans. So pretty good goalie, but went on to college at the University of Michigan. Didn't make the team or anything, but got to play for the club team for 4 years, which is pretty cool. You know, the club team at the University of Michigan. That is until last week when he got the word that due to injury, they kind of needed a spare goalie on the main roster. So he got called up. He's now a backup goalie on U of M's main team. And that's a pretty good team to be on. They're ranked #1 in the nation right now for college hockey. And we caught up with Grant yesterday in the bowels of Yost Arena, the legendary hockey arena down there in Ann Arbor, and asked him about this big moment.
The following segment is sponsored by Jimmy John's of Traverse City.
I mean, it's huge for me. It's been a dream of mine since I was really young to be able to play college hockey and to be able to wear the Block M is a huge plus, be able to compete with the #1 team in the country each and every day on and off the ice.
Now, when you enrolled at U of M, did you ever see this as potentially an opportunity for you, or is this kind of turned into one big special senior surprise?
Never thought it was an opportunity. I've seen it happen before where other goalies or other people have been called up to the Division I team from the club team, but didn't go into thinking this was going to happen. So it's been an absolutely a blessing for my last semester here.
For me, this is kind of cool of a full circle moment. This is going to run our Jimmy John Sports Corner, which, if you recall, you were a guest on 7 years ago with Will Dawson when you were just a freshman at Traverse City Central. So if you could tell yourself back freshman year at Traverse City Central anything, what would you say to that young hockey player?
Just keep loving hockey. I mean, play it for the love of the game. It's the best time you'll ever have, no matter who you're with, no matter where you are. It's like the memories you'll look back on each. And then now playing club hockey and then now on the D1 team, it's like just enjoy every single chance you have to be on the ice and with the guys. It's just a great time.
Yeah, and Melissa, if you're still there, I've obviously been at Up North Live now for more than 15 years. And yeah, even jump back to 2019, seeing that video, it's like, oof, man, I've changed a lot since 2019. That's
we
for
all
sure.
have, yes. Not a bad thing. Great story, though, yes, and excited for him as well. Thanks, Harrison. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the live results for our question of the day right after this. Stay with us.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
Okay, we're taking a look at the question of the day. How often do you visit a casino? Right now, taking a look at our poll, you can see all the different results. 57% saying they have other options besides a casino. I want to read some of the responses we have here. Tim says, not since they got rid of the arms you pull down. I'm assuming that's on the machines. Christy says 0 times ever. And Christine says, after they removed my favorite game, I don't go anymore. Now I gamble online and win a heck of a lot more money. Good for you, Christine. Jack says, none of your business. We respect that. Ruth says, once a year if I'm lucky. Janet says, never. And Pam says 6 days a week. So check out our Facebook page and our website. You can respond to our question of the day. And thank you for tuning in tonight. We hope to see you back here for Up North Live News at 11. Have a fabulous evening.